Ставим еще есть время. Видишь, пропустил атаку. Get up. Да, русский файт, поехали. Рисковай.
Right, we've got just a few seconds left of the quarterfinal in the plus 100 kilo category between Yerzhan Shinkiev of Kazakhstan. He faces Akbarzan Iminov of the United States of America. It's Shinkiev in the white judogi, Iminov in blue. And just time expires there with Shinkiev having scored a single yuko. That puts him into the semi-final. Iminov we'll see again, but it will be in the repechage. And a good afternoon to Neil Adams. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sheldon. Yeah,
slight delay
very slight.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, well, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Technical problems, but we're here now. That's the main thing, and just ready for some of the semi-finals, which are just about to happen.
I'm not going to pretend to know what those technical difficulties are. I'm not going to even make an attempt to tell you what's been going on this morning, but I will apologise to everyone at home for the lack of a broadcast. I know that has caused a few of you some degree of upset because we did receive your emails, so we apologise for that. Now we've got a semi-final coming up now in the under 78 kilo category. We've managed to see just one contest this morning with Yo Abigail. But now we've got a semi-final between Albina Amengeldieva of Kazakhstan and Kumush Yuldashova of Uzbekistan. It's Amengeldieva in white, Yuldashova in blue. Amengeldieva of Kazakhstan, Yuldashova in blue.
I was going to say Amengeldieva just scored a yuko there, so just she goes up straight away in this match, and of course they've got to fight. The winner of this has got to fight Abigail Zhu, who took 10 seconds, didn't she, just to get to that final spot. So she's having a good run so far. So I think they'll have their work cut out because neither one of these have got to this semi-final stage of a Grand-Prix, a Grand Slam so far. So this is all new territory for them.
It's not often that I'd say this was a done deal, but I pretty much think it will be. Anyway, Amengeldieva and Yuldashova will battle it out down on mat number 2. We're going to go down to mat number 1 because in the under 100 kilo category, we've got a semi-final contest about to get underway down there. So we're going to take a look at that one. That is one of the home fighters, Soyib Kurbanov of Uzbekistan. He's up against Kazbek Zankishiev of Russia. Kurbanov in the white judogi, Zankishiev in blue. I was out with Zankishiev last night, and I don't mean out on the tiles. We just happened to walk to the local supermarket in a group of Russian fighters. They were very receptive and friendly. They were good boys,
Good bunch of lads.
Ali Kershev and Magomedov, and they speak a little English as well. They're all from the Caucasus. And they're all...
Well, they haven't had a good run of it so far, have they, the Russians, on this last day of competition here. And so they'll want to pick up a couple of finalists if they can. Zankishiev is the one that is in blue. Kurbanov, though, experienced. And I did ask you a little bit earlier, was it Kurbanov that was...
I'm just going to check and see
he represented
what we wrote down about him
at the Olympic Games.
A few years ago, he won this event, Kurbanov. So he's got some form, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'll look up the rest of that for you, because we've got our trusty judobase.org on hand for all that information.
Yeah, well, he's got a Shido up there straight away now, so we'll have to do something. Seems to have his head down, like you say, some time ago when he won this event. Interesting to see if they're starting a whole new 4-year cycle, or they're just in there for the next year, just see how it goes. And I think that generally is a feeling from some of the hardened Olympians as to whether to go for the full 4 years or not. Big arm over the top. He is a big thrower, Kurbanov.
You're right. It was Kurbanov who went to Rio for the Uzbeks. He lost in the opening round there to Artem Bloshenko of Ukraine. So an unhappy outing to Rio for...
Well, it was because they put him back-to-back, or head-to-head, should I say, with Sayadov, didn't they, all the way through, if I remember rightly.
Well, he ended up with the spot, but unfortunately he didn't come away with a performance, I'm sure, that he's going to remember fondly.
No, exactly, and now you can see here they're just struggling that little bit of a shock to the system out there, and we haven't seen him attack. He's getting the dominant grip, big arm over the back, but not actually attacking off it. So he gets a second Shido there, and Zankishiev gets one as well.
You mentioned Saidov, and the thing is that on the 4 occasions that they went head-to-head over the last few years, it was Kurbanov who came out the winner. That was the thing, that kind of...
Yeah, well, he did it in some really important finals as well. That's why
right.
he got the nod, isn't it?
He beat him he beat him here in 2013 in the final, by Ippon as well. He beat him in the quarterfinal of the Grand Slam in Baku a year later. He beat him here again last year to take the bronze medal. And then in the quarterfinal here, they will have another head-to-head.
Yeah, well, he just a flurry of attacks there, and he nearly got countered there.
Sorry, they had this is the semi-final. They had a head-to-head in the quarterfinal, in the round before, and he beat him again.
Is that right?
Yeah. So 3 out of 4 he won, including one today in the previous round. That's what's put him up against Zankishiev now.
Well, a second penalty goes up there to the Russian. Zankishiev was leading up till then, and I think certainly Kurbanov, the aggressor there, that arm over the back, but needs to attack. Now he goes in. One of these is going to go. This is extreme right to right here. Well, on the other side of that, there's Zankishiev just looking for the counter. You can feel it, just waiting for him to come in.
On the adjoining mat, Amangeldieva has won her contest, but she looks absolutely out on her feet. And she's got to fight Yo in the final. Well, she's got a few hours to recover.
That strong attack again. Look at that. They nearly come all the way over there into the top tables. Kurbanov was the one that was really putting the attacks in, so he's really on the offensive here. "13 seconds left. It's going to go into golden score, I think. Oh, well, right on the bell there, but it'd already gone the bell. So now golden score, first one that we've seen, I think, today so far. So any score now, and I think that certainly if I was Kurbanov's coach, I would say, you've got to go forwards. That's exactly what he's doing. I just see him out the corner of my eye here, and he's saying, just got to go forwards, pile the pressure on, and get that other Shido up for Kankashiev. So what do you think? I think Kurbanov's going to come forwards, really take the fight to him. He'll have to watch the counter.
He's the more experienced of the two fighters, isn't he? And he'll have been in situations like this before.
Well, that was 2 feet out there. No matter which way you look at it, whether somebody pushed or whether he just stepped out, there were 2 feet went outside the area there, nothing given. So still, he's got the grit there, Sheldon, but he's not attacking. Now he is. He'll have to be careful of the counter.
It's so tight during the golden score period. You take a little, you backpedal for 10 seconds and you're in danger of getting a wind-up, aren't you?
Referee letting it go on. Kankashiev has the last chance. He's about 2 attacks behind at the moment.
This is it now. Got to be first to the attack here. Making it difficult with that big right arm going up and around the collar. He just pushes that left arm out. And
no rotation, was there? You can't do bad attacks at this stage. Oh, that's a good one. That's a definite score there. Yuko there, and Kurbanov gets it. Makakomi, and it was a pressure point, wasn't it?
We've seen a couple of really well executed Makikomis. He only comes up with a Yuko here, but if you look at the state of the contest, it's vital that when he puts in this attack, it's not as weak as the ones that he had before. It's a good, strong attack. He wraps up enough of the arm to get Zankishiev off balance. The leg's in the right place. He goes over and he brings him down for a score. Good job from Kurbanov.
That puts him into the final, and it means that Zankishiev will have to come back down, fight for 3rd place. Well, I guess that shows his intention, doesn't it?
He came up with exactly the kind of score that was still left in his body. You're not going to come up with a big spanking technique there. He was absolutely out on his feet. There was just enough for him to bring that technique off. As Neil is talking about in the corner of his eyes, posing for pictures now.
He couldn't stand up about a minute ago.
Exactly. Now there's a repechage contest on mat number 1, but we're going to give this one a miss. Let's go down to mat number 2 to see the semi-final between Gulsan Isanova of Kazakhstan. She faces Daria Karpova of Russia. Isanova in the white judogi, Karpova in blue. Join the contest.
Well, we're just joining it now where she's just held her for a ippon. So Yushiro Kesagatami there from Isanova, and that'll put her through to the final there. So the Russians really not having the best day, and it's just things, the stars are not aligned today, that's for sure. They've already done very, very well in this tournament, but certainly today not going quite as planned. They've got 3 golds, a silver and 2 bronzes in the first 2 days. They have a chance to pick up numerous bronzes, I think, but they haven't got a finalist yet.
I don't think they'll be entirely disappointed with Karpova, because she's only a youngster. She hasn't really been, put out there a lot. So this is a good test for her. Gulsan Isanova, as you can, we've got the replay on the big screen. There's no out from there. Super strong.
She did look kind of super concentrated there, didn't she, with that leg up there? Fantastic. So Sianagi started it off, and then it was into the Yushiro Kesagatami.
Well, there's a way back for Magomedov in the under 90 kilo category if he wins his repechage contest, but he's got to get past Vasiv Trabatli of Azerbaijan first. It's Magomedov in the white judogi, Trabatli in blue. Karpova's been given the 3rd degree now by Jean-Pierre Gilbert. He's intense, isn't he?
Well, we were talking about the ladies' team and how good the transition's been, so it obviously is to do with the Newaza. And as always, just looking out the corner of our eye there, Jean-Pierre Gilbert saying something very practical, but then ending it with a pat on the back.
She's 26, She was out for 2 years between 2014 and 2016. I wonder what that was about.
So we're back onto Magomedov then, and Magomedov Shabatli of Azerbaijan. Very tight match. Magomedov, though, a Wazari up. So faring better. He's got to win this time. Another mate called.
You look tired to you, Imamov.
It just lacks luster, doesn't it? And I think that a lot of the reason is that they're cancelling each other out. They know each other very, very well. And I keep coming back to the warm-up. How much there's a small space back there for the warm-up, and not a lot of fighters actually warming up back on the training mat. Score there from
Volkov trails contest, his semi-final with Vachaviak of Belarus. We'll go to watch that immediately at the end of this semi-final, if it's still going on.
Yeah, going through all the matches now very, very quickly.
That was a tired-looking Sumigaishi effort there from Imamov.
Yeah, really, it is. There's no snap to the techniques at all.
The only thing saving him is that Karamov looks just as tired. Volkov has just arm-locked Vachaviak. He was trailing by Yuko. They went into Nevaza. Still over 2 minutes left to go, but Vachaviak couldn't keep off the Russian, and Volkov ended up arm-locking him.
Well, I think that's mat 1 finished. It's all over.
Yeah, we won't be going down there then. So all the action will be here on mat 2.
Only a few seconds left of this semi-final in the under 90 kilograms. Kudamov just trailing, I'm afraid. One Yuko. Imamov holds on to it. He'll go through to the final. So guaranteed gold or silver for him. And Kudamov will have to come back down into the repechage and fight for third place. As a losing semi-finalist, he'll automatically just fight for third. He doesn't have to do a repechage final. Only if you lose in the quarterfinals do you come down and fight the repechage final.
We sent a really nice video by the IJF media manager, Mark Pickering, and it's one of our superstars of judo, Tachimoto Haruka, the Olympic champion, who throwing the first pitch out at the Giants game. And you have to go online to see that one.
High,
but you know, Tachimoto may be absolutely super at judo, but she might need to work on the pitching, I think.
I think you're right, what I just saw there.
I think we should put that on the IGF website. Terrific. Right. On mat 2 now. Who have we got now? Let's just make sure we get this. Right, back to the action.
Yeah, I think we've got Altabayev of Uzbekistan here and Doniyorov of Uzbekistan fighting in the repechage of the minus 100 kilograms. So the winner of this will go through to fight for third place. So really showing their depth. I'm really impressed with the depth of fighters. Every one of them hard fighters. You know, they might be lacking a little bit in the tactical aspect of the sport, but on the physical side,
Yeah.
my goodness me.
Right, as Neil was just saying, Bekmurod Oltiboyev of Uzbekistan versus Erkan Doniyorov, his teammate. It's Oltiboyev in the white judogi, Doniyorov in blue. There's no score yet. Both fighters have picked up a penalty. We've had 1 minute. Let's see whether there can be a little bit more action in this one, this head-to-head, Uzbek head-to-head, than we got in the last. That was a little bit stale, that one.
A little exchange there. Altabayev just hurt his shoulder just that little bit, but they'll just shake it off and get on with it. Left against right. Just got to be a little bit careful, fully committing for big uchimatas and things like that. Just the side step or the sakeshi, and that's why they hook in like that. They hook into the leg and then take the hips in, have a second stab at it. Definitely having problems with that shoulder, Altabayev. His left shoulder and right arm over the top, which is, oh, look at that. He almost gets caught with the Ogoshi then. That was a score. Was it a score? Is he going to give a Yuko? Might have another look at that. So not only does he nearly get thrown, but Altabayev gets a penalty up there. Second penalty now for him. Doniyorov just ahead here. Definitely injured. Pulled something, I think, in his shoulder. Altabayev. Sianagi this time from Doniyorov. Still plenty of time. Just coming up to the halfway mark. Looking for the big hips across. And just manages to do a Barani this time, using his head in order to turn out. It's getting closer and closer with that, Doniyorov. Second Shido, oh, that's the third Shido, sorry, up to Altabayev. One more of those and it's going to be Hon Sokomaki disqualification. Just looks like he's not only off the pace, but he is finding it difficult. Got an injury to the left shoulder. There's an Uchimata. Got to attack, he knows that now. Is this going to be a counter? Well, he knew he had to attack. Altabayev there in danger of getting Hon Sokomaki.
Yeah, both the Uzbek head-to-heads have ended up with a number of penalties, haven't they? And Neil was pointing out that when you get a head-to-head, the two fighters, coming from the same country, they tend to know each other really well because they're either from the same club, same region, or at the very least, they're training in the same national training centre.
Well, exactly, and a lot of them are. I mean, they haven't got that many that they can actually choose from. So, I mean, you train with people around about your own weight, or a weight below, or a weight above.
Yeah, so we suspect that this is not the first time that they've gone this week.
No, exactly. Yeah, probably roommates as well. Interesting, the crowd here are starting to react there as he's going all out here, Altabayev, and he's got a lot of supporters up in the crowd. Don't forget there's two Uzbek fighters here fighting it out, so they should be behind them both.
This has been the best 30 seconds.
Well, it is, because he's really given it some, because he's got that third Shido on the board. And if you remember, we were talking about that last minute, making sure that they've got that third Shido on there, coming up to the last minute, so that they have to attack. He knows that if he doesn't attack now, one flop or drop, and it's all over. Tries to feed the leg in, looking for the Uchimata. Now he's dominating.
Doniyurov's going to pick up the penalty
He
now.
is going to get it. He is, absolutely. And, well, he threw that away. Look at the clock there. 16 seconds left, and he's got to go all out now, because certainly Altabayev could win this now.
All tied up. Half a minute. Just wonder if Altabayev has got enough to throw Doniyurov now.
See, I think he has. I think that he's starting to look the stronger of the two in this, well, the final seconds of this match.
And you know what's going to happen now, don't you? We're going to get golden score.
We might just have more time on this.
That was strong enough.
Well, I hope they don't give it to him for
that,
because
that was strong enough.
I thought it was strong.
A good turn, a good strong pull.
The referee has his own views on this, and I thought that there was enough rotation on that Sianagi.
And there was that bit of pull there, and he blocked it.
Yeah, he's definitely going to give it to somebody. He should have let this one carry on, in my opinion.
Yeah, Altabayev looks as though he's going to... unless he gives a passivity to Doniyurov. It's a flop for Altabayev or passivity for Doniyurov.
No, he's going to make them
go
that's
again.
Interesting. They're going to make them go
again. Absolutely. Good one. If he can stand up.
Yeah, quite rightly so. Let them carry on.
Yeah. Sort it out yourselves. Good one.
We should be there, shouldn't we, on that top table?
Doesn't get more top than this now. Right, golden score it is, and I'm not entirely against the idea of having a little bit more of this between Altabayev and Doniyurov. It's one of those contests where the scoreboard doesn't reflect what's happened in the interest in the match. You think, 3 Shidos here, 3 Shidos there. Hasn't quite been like that. There's been some good points to pick out. One way and then the other. Doniyurov looked as though he was going to take it. Altabayev looked as though he was going to come back.
Is he going to do it? That was close, wasn't it? It was close. Uchimata, he's been very close with that a couple of times. And you're right, it doesn't show the match and how it's been, because it's been an interesting one from a tactical point of view. I would be interested just to find out which way that referee was going to go then. That was close as well. Almost Duniyurev, that big Ogoshi there, almost took him onto his side there. Altabayev finding it difficult to stand.
42 seconds have already gone since we said golden score. It's gone so quickly.
Oh, Sianagi
another good
as well.
effort, yes. He's really falling behind here, isn't he, Duniyurov? He absolutely must come up with something now. He can't afford for Altabayev to beat him to the attack here.
Well, the crowd have got to love this, no matter what happens, because it's been a good fight. Looking for the counter all the time there, Duniyurev.
It's not enough for me. I could quite easily stop it now and say I'm sorry, but Ken, you just haven't been up to speed, pal. Altabayev has to have another go at this. I thought he'd done enough.
Well, it just needs a couple of attacks and it'll be all over. Looking for the Uchimata. Something's going to happen. Oh,
ooh,
close
no,
one.
quite. He couldn't take control. Altabayev couldn't come up with the counter.
It's all over now. I think that Duniyurev is going to get it right now. I think the referee's already decided. Oh, he hasn't.
Go again. Minute and a half. See, that one wasn't as strong. It didn't give it, but I wouldn't have given it either. He just didn't get turned as much as he would have liked to. Still, there was enough in there to class as a count as an attack. Minute 42 has already gone in golden score. They're beginning to look over at the side as though to say, come on.
Stop it.
Someone's going to go. Oh!
Oh, it's got
and
it.
over he goes in the end.
He didn't have anything left, did he? Altabayev just didn't have anything.
Couldn't block the last effort from Duniyurov.
Massive Kosoto there. 2 minutes into golden score. And Altabayev didn't have anything in him. He always looked in danger of that counter, I've got to say, all the way through the contest. But Duniyurev there, credit to him. He can hardly stand up either.
As far as interest value goes, which way is it going to go? Entertainment value for the crowd, where would you rate that?
Well, it was, again, you have different contests, don't you? You have your 10 second, Ippons, and then you have your tactical matches, and then you've got one like that that's back and forth, and it's one of the best ones that we've seen.
6 Shidos, a minute and 53 of golden score. Could you have watched a bit more?
Oh, absolutely. It was great.
No,
Look at that.
no problem.
Brilliant change of direction as well. Look, and he already had the bear hug, and he just takes him onto his back there with the Kosoto, but I think he would have fallen over if you'd have hit him with a feather.
Right, what have we got coming up now in the under 100 kilo category, one of the semi-finals? Which one is it that we're going to see? Sajjad Saidov of Tajikistan faces Jalil Shukurov of Azerbaijan. It's
all
Saidov.
over.
Oh,
It's all over.
Done.
Very low Tayatoshi there. Shukurov just dropped so low there, and he's hurt his ankle or foot as he did that. It was almost in slow motion. Now, I don't know what the controversy is there.
don't know if we'll get the replay on that. Lance Wicks is our replay specialist today. Look, and on cue, he delivers. Look.
Well, very low. Tayatoshi.
Look at the foot. Which one is it?
Oh, yeah, he just takes the foot back, but he gets the Ippon. The Azeri is in the final, that's for sure.
And it's his left foot. It's the throwing leg. Any chance of one more time? Why not? Okay, here we go. Look. Yeah, any Ippon you want. Yeah, look.
Very, very low. And the foot, the left foot didn't look that good, did it, really? But anyway, surprise finalist there, Saidov.
We've got two
Couldn't
more
stop it.
contests. The first of which is a plus 100 kilo category repechage contest between Shukrat Turuboyev of Uzbekistan. He faces Akbarzan Iminov of the United States of America. It's Turuboyev in the white judogi, Iminov in blue.
Well, dominating the sleeve already, Iminov. Well, he was anyway. Winner of this will fight for the bronze medal.
Yeah, he'll fight Viktor Demyanenko of Kazakhstan, whoever comes through here. The other bronze medal match will be between Bekmurod Oltiboyev, who we just saw winning out over Donny Yorov. He's going to be up against Kazbek Zhankishiev of Russia. That'll be a nice one. I don't know if Oltiboyev will have any steam left, however. Zhankishiev must be rubbing his hands every second they were out there longer. Go on, wear him down.
Well, it is like that, isn't it? Sometimes if you have a quick one, a quick 10 seconds,
At the end.
occasional movement out the way. Went for a change of direction, Iminov. So he can turn the other way as well.
Just got to be careful. He is getting backed up into that corner. He came up with a reasonable effort at Makikomi, but what it was really about was getting out of that danger corner. He's managed to hook enough of the arm and pull his opponent onto him to make it, give it the shape of an attack. Never really threatened him, but it was enough for an attack, and he avoided getting stuck in the corner, and he avoided getting called for a force attack. However, Turuboyev helps him out now by picking up a second penalty, rather needlessly, with that gripping infringement.
Well, as we were saying, they're minor infringements, but they add up. And really, it is just knowing the rules. There's a penalty there to the American, Iminov.
He must have sensed at that point, with 2.5 minutes to go, that if you just put in one or two attacks, he could, he would draw another penalty from Turuboyev, and that would have really put him on the back foot with 3 penalties against him. As it turned out, Iminov himself picked up a penalty for passivity.
Either that, or we could see a big thundering Uchimata, couldn't we? That would be even better, wouldn't it? Yeah, switching from left to right, Iminov. Sodi Sorikomi this time on the right. Cross grip. He's going to get another Shido if he's not careful. So quite a lot of gripping infringements we've seen. Just have a look at how Turuboyev, just that cross grip all the time, just slipping the wrong side of the head and trying to keep the hand off.
Oh, Kuruma, he's just slipped off that. Almost.
A little bit of frustration, I think, from Turuboyev. Tries the Kosoto. Now it's quite evident that Iminov is just backtracking.
See, Turuboyev in this last minute has allowed the scoreboard and the tactics of Iminov to get to him, and he's now looking frustrated. He's not concentrated on the job at hand. He's being, put off his plan by Iminov, who's frustrating him.
Looking for that Kosoto. Looking for that a couple of times, but the thing is look at that from a tactical point of view, piling the pressure on Imanov. Now he's started. Is it too little, too late? 19 seconds left.
One big attack left from the American. He could do it, and then, well, he needed one attack. Unfortunately, it wasn't strong enough. Countered by Turoboyev.
Yeah, leading the match right the way. 8 seconds left on the clock there. And a poor attack, and he gets countered back there, and Turoboyev will be fighting for third place.
The alternative was to close up shop, because let's say that he launched the attack with 12 seconds to go. The clock finishes at 8. That would have been that over 12 seconds. Do you risk an attack, or do you leave it up to the referee to let you, slide? And what do you reckon? Would the referee have called in the last 12 seconds Mate and given him a sheet? I think not. But he ran the risk of attacking, and in doing so, he got countered.
He did. Got countered 8 seconds from the end. He was leading. It just goes to show that last minute just plays such an imperative part. It really does.
I got the feeling that he was more in need of an attack than the clock suggested. The whole shape of that last minute meant that he was... See, look, he launches at 14, 13 now, 12 as he starts going over, bang, still 11, and he signals when it's 10 seconds, but there's 8 seconds left on the clock, so there was just that little bit more, but still he could have run the risk of not attacking. That's not the way he fights. He knew that he was supposed to attack. He looked to put one in, and unfortunately it didn't come. He really wanted to be Maki Komi on this side, but the big man was already pulling him back.
It was well directed, wasn't it? It was well
good
directed,
counter.
And a good counter.
Luri Krakovetsky of Kyrgyzstan faces Yerzhan Zhinkiev of Kazakhstan. It's Krakovetsky in the white judogi, Zhinkiev in blue. He was close to going out, though, the big fella. He left it a little bit late. Squeezed past.
Well, this is the last match of the first session, and we've just got one then to go. Of course, it's all of the medal matches on day 3.
Ooh,
that's going to be a Wazari, isn't it? That's a Wazari.
Don't let him up, whatever you do. You've got to finish it off here. Now. Got to finish it off here.
I think he's just settled it, hasn't he? Just got to hold him for 15 seconds. Can he do it? Tie the arm off. He's just out there, and I'm not sure whether that was 15 seconds or not.
I don't think it was. They're going to have a look.
Well, he needed to hold him for the 15 seconds to make it Wazetti upon, but I think it was just under.
Obviously, from a spectator's point of view and for interest, I'd like to see them give Yuko for this and continue.
And that's exactly what they have done. So still plenty of time there, but great stuff there.
However, if I'm the Kazakh fighter, the Kazakh coach and Kazakh supporter, I think that was 15 seconds. Now, Wounded Tiger. That is Krakovetsky's position at the moment.
Yeah, Zhinkiev doing well. He did well with that. Good transition as well. Followed it all the way down. Didn't wait to see what the referee had scored. It didn't matter.
2 out of 3 isn't bad. He came up with a score. He came up with the Osakomi. The one thing that he didn't do was to finish him off. He may yet live to regret that.
Still plenty of time. 3 minutes to go. It's up to Krakovetsky now to take the fight to Zhinkiev. Goes again, Zhinkiev. Uchimata this time.
That was poor defensive work from Krakowiecki there, having avoided getting caught. He then turned his back on his man and was, I don't know where his head was. He's thinking about something else. You've got to look out there. The action wasn't finished.
Yeah, you said earlier about finishing off.
Minov's coach is asking us, why did he attack?
Well, you said the same.
I thought that was our question, wasn't it?
No, I think you said the same.
There was an echo in the hall for a moment.
Big arm over the top, Krakowiecki.
I think he's going to do it, Neil. I think he's going to come back. There's a minute 50 odd. Since the scores from Zinkiev, it's been all Krakowiecki, hasn't it? Threatening, I mean. He hasn't come up with big attacks, but...
Well, he's certainly threatening it now. Yeah. Again, he's got the grip. Now he has to attack from it. Oh, it's another good one there from Zinkiev. No hands, though. Yeah, can he defend for 1 minute and 37 seconds? Well, he's got to throw caution to the wind now, Krakowiecki.
Well, I'm afraid to say that having scored so early on, those scores came when there were 3 minutes on the board. He's had a minute and a half, of not, insufficient action from someone who trails with Wazari and Yuka, and now he's stepped out there. I mean,
Yeah, he's got 1 minute now to do something big. He'll need the Ippon to win this.
What's he thinking about? You can see the state of the contest by taking a look at the scoreboard. Time's ticking away. You're 2 scores down. Generate something.
Needs a big score. Ochi this time. Definitely Zinkiev on the retreat and on the defensive. And he's going to get a penalty for it. So Zinkiev gets the penalty and he's just defending now for sure.
I know what Zinkiev just said there. I know, and I don't even speak Kazakh. When the referee gave him the penalty. Big deal.
That's about it though, isn't it? So coming up to the last few seconds, it doesn't look like he's going to get this score back. Krakowiecki here. He felt the final drifting away from him, and that's exactly what happened. Zinkiev, the early scores in the contest were enough.
And in response, Krakowiecki did what? It was really disappointing. He came up with no threat. And with 3 minutes, he could even have threatened with the area. He could have threatened with, a second penalty and then a third penalty, and the pressure really come. He never put Zinkiev under any pressure, either tactically or with the prospect of being thrown. Right, we've got the final block coming up in a little under 2 hours, and we apologise again for not being able to bring you all of the action from the earlier rounds, but the action that we did bring was surprisingly good. There were some really good contests in there.
Some good, interesting contests. There were some close matches. There were tactics, which we've seen. A little bit of drama from the crowd with a guaranteed Uzbek finalist at the end of it, and it was good stuff.
Even for me, Donny Yorov, the contest that he ended up losing, that was one of my favourites. And the reason for that is that it's very rare that we can wax lyrical about a contest that has 6 Shidos in it and goes into almost 2 minutes of golden score. But that
and
was
say at the end of it that it was a good contest.
And it was a good one. Right. We look forward to your company again at 5 o'clock, but from Neil and myself, it's bye-bye for now.
Bye for now.